music.
Say again, I'm sorry?
I was wondering, I was watching, you know, where do you get this beautiful orchestral music behind all these
Yeah,
scenes?
it's a little different how it used to be done. Like
Uh-huh.
back when I was growing up, we had movies like Jurassic Park and stuff like that, which I recently rewatched for no apparent reason. Like, and it's, you know, it's all live orchestra. They had like 80 players crammed in, Fox Studios scoring stage, and these days at the very high level, like for something like Transformers, they'll still have a live orchestra. But it's backed a lot by synthesizers and stuff. Yeah, oh yeah. At the highest level, it's not going to go away. But like for most of the stuff I do, including this guy's, well, their film.
Low budget.
Yes.
We can't afford an orchestra. Well, we can afford him, barely. And that's changing, actually, as this guy becomes more and more in demand.
Oh, I don't know.
The longer your IMDb credits get, the more unaffordable you become.
Whatever. Basically, like just to give you the quick skinny on how it works. It's not like, so you guys use like some editing software here, right? So it's similar. I'm in a similar program, but it's designed for music. It's not unlike Pro Tools actually. The program I use, and basically I have a keyboard, you know, like a piano keyboard that uses something called MIDI. Do you guys know what MIDI is? Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So it's a MIDI keyboard that's connected to a lot of basically samples of, like, you know, I could play one note and it'll be like the string section in an orchestra. I'll play another note and it's a flute. I'll play another note and it's like marimba or whatever. So, and then you just layer all these things, and you try to do it with as much precision to make it as real-like sounding as possible. But it's kind of like, you know, we call it synth orchestra. Instead of orchestration, it's synthestration.
What was the most challenging thing for you? We never talked about this, so I'm curious.
Yeah.
What was the most challenging part of scoring this, other than dealing with me?
No, you were easy. This guy's dream to work with, really. I mean, he gave me a lot of license just to kind of do what I thought was best, which is almost intimidating, actually, because it's like, oh, well, now I got carte blanche to do. Well, I'm used to having to fight for things. Like, this is almost too easy.
I'm trying to say I had no vision.
No, we were just on the same page, and we knew what we were doing temp-wise. But like, so hardest moment, for me, emotionally, the hardest moment was by far the crush sequence. That was terrifying, to be honest with you, for me to score. Like, what I had to do, and what I've done before in films like this, where it's just shocking footage. I cannot be sitting in my studio all day long looking at that footage over and over again. I have no idea how you edit that. I mean, I just can't do it. I mean, yeah, it's not even an option for me. So what I would do is I would, on my timeline, I added a bunch of markers for things I wanted to hit and so forth. I got kind of a good idea of the structure of it, and then I just turned the video off. Went and I checked in a few times with video to make sure it was working, and it was. And that's a cool scene. I mean, it's just rarely are with cool is not the right word, obviously, but like
Intense.
Yeah, I mean, for musically like that, we did kind of something unique with that. I felt like that it just, you're kind of transported in like to what it might almost like feel like to be this baby elephant, and the music is just like so aggravating and like abrasive, and I just think that's a very effective moment. So by far the hardest moment for me to like emotionally do.
That's the one scene a lot of people, well, I shouldn't say a lot of people always walk out in that scene, because it's tough to watch. I'm sure there are people here that wanted to walk out in that scene too. And that's why we cut it down, trimmed it down. I had a lot heavier footage than that, and that was really tame compared to what I originally had, which was about 6 or 7 minutes long. What you saw was less than 2 minutes long.
Right.
It probably still felt uncomfortable to sit through, right?